Reddit asks, how did you quit smoking weed? If you can make it through the first 3 days, it's really no problem after that. The cravings will be tough, but on the plus side you might have really vivid dreams. It's easier than you think it is. I haven't, however I got through phases. Sometimes I love smoking weed, and I want to be high all the time. Other times, I just don't like it and will go months without touching it. The best advice I could give someone who actually wants to quit, is to stop buying it. If you have it around, you'll be tempted to smoke at some point. If you just don't own it, then it's much less tempting. Went to a clinic due to depression and they would have kicked me out of THC and my blood ever went up again while I was there, so I had some good ass motivation. I bought a wall calendar, and wrote a check mark on every day I was sober, and an X over every day where I smoked weed. I feel that the dopamine from writing that check mark every single day helped me drop the habit. That was a few months ago now. Try it out, it might help you. I'm 34 and I smoked every day since I was 13, so it was a bit difficult, but not miserable. My son was to be born this last August, and I didn't want to be high all the time, so I quit cold turkey in July. Took about a week to not want to anymore. Thankfully I had a reason to try. I recommend using Delta 8 edibles once a night, then slowly cutting those out. The transition has been extremely healthy for my mental state. Unbeknownst to me, my brain chemistry was off until I cut it out entirely. I have since incorporated exercise and teas as a means of dopamine and a reward system. It's amazing what you can program your mind to look forward to. After a week it gets easier, and after a month or two it gets to the point where you just enjoy not being high and having your wits about you. I used to smoke a ton and couldn't go a day without it. I quit for a year or two and now smoke very intermittently. I enjoy a J after a long week after I've gotten everything done, but I certainly don't need it anymore. After about 15 years of smoking at least an oz a week, I had to just stop, as otherwise I would have kept getting arrested. I would still be smoking if the promise of prison wasn't very real on my next arrest. Drug laws are pathetic. Victory hand. It's really hard if you continue to surround yourself with others who smoke, and it's if you don't. I went from smoking all day every day to quitting cold turkey in 5 years without a puff just from moving. It took about a year to completely stop thinking about it though, but the temptation wasn't that bad. Cigarettes were 100x harder to quit. I smoked 3 to 4 grams a day for 25 years, it took me 2 weeks of hell to quit. I had the most vivid dreams, sweats, nausea and no appetite. People make fun of quitting cannabis, but it kicked my ass. THC was regulating so many things in my system. I loved the ride for 25 years, but it was time to end.